What is up, my fellow alcoholics, and welcome to the channel. And in today's video, we'll be going over another off-meta weapon, and that will be the FN SCAR. And pretty much my little basic setup that I ran it for Warzone-based gameplay. Now, quick note that all the gameplay is going to be in Plunder because I've been focusing on Obsidian lately. So just enjoy the gameplay. It was just a little testing, and let's get right into the loadout as I talk about it here and explain why I chose what I chose. So, started with the barrel. We went with the 17.2 inch long barrel, and that's for the damage over range, bullet velocity, and the recoil control. For the laser, I went with a tack laser for the ADS speed, mostly just for the ADS speed. For the stock, I went with a close quarter stock. You can run the collapsible stock, but it does mess up your vertical recoil a lot, so I highly recommend not to run it. For the ammunition, I went with the 30 rounds simply because the 20 round standard mag and the 25 round mag just won't cut it in Warzone. I mean, you can take on one person, but then you'll have to reload right away. And then for the underbarrel, I went with the unique bipod foregrip attachment for the recoil control and the crouch and prone recoil control for the SCAR. Now, I went all over every single gun in the entire game, and this attachment is unique only to the SCAR. And I'll go over a little more about the attachment a little later. For my secondary, I ran the RENETTI pistol with the monolithic suppressor, the 3-round burst, a 1 milliwatt laser, the 27 round mag, and for the trigger action, I ran the lightweight trigger, and that's just basic. I know you can run akimbos, but I kind of like running the one RENETTI just by itself. For the perks, I went with double time for my mobility because there's a lot of attachments on the SCAR and your mobility is pretty low. Ghost to stay off the radar, which is pretty much the most OP perk in Warzone based games. And then for the third perk, I went with tune up. You can run amped, but I went with tune up because basically I wasn't worried about the RENETTI. The RENETTI kind of held its own for me as far as a secondary or backup weapon. C4 for the lethal and the flash grenade for the tactical. Now, going back to the bipod foregrip. Now, this was an attachment that I happened to overlook a while back when I made the loadout suggestion for the SCAR, back when it came down to getting Damascus. I don't know why I overlooked it. Maybe it was something that I never saw, or maybe it was something added into the game later, like an attachment, like update that came with for the gun. I did not even notice it in the beginning. I know it's not the most attractive looking attachment for the gun, but it actually is very useful, and it really helps manage your vertical recoil a lot. So definitely that paired with the barrel attachment. So the barrel attachment, I went with the 17-inch barrel instead of the 20. The reason why is because of the ADS speed. The 20 will reduce the recoil a lot more than the 17-inch barrel, but you are losing like another frame when it comes to breaking it down mathematically and comparisonly. Like, you're losing a frame when it comes to ADSing and whatnot, and you don't really want to have that disadvantage when it comes to the SCAR itself. And what kind of caught my attention with the SCAR and the AK-47 right now being the two ARs that I've used for off meta, what caught my attention a lot about the guns is the fact that they melt armor pretty quick. Now, I know in Plunder, when people come back or they respawn with only 2 armor plates, but there were occasions where I came across people with 3 armor plates on, and their armor was getting melted off by these guns. So, I mean, it's a good trade-off. They don't have the fire rate like the regular meta weapons, and I know it will seem like, the M13 or the M4 or like even the Growl, it melts armor really quick, and like, yeah, it feels like that simply because of their fire rate. That's the balancing that happens in the game. I mean, the more damage a weapon does in a game, the less mobility stats it might have, or the less accuracy it might have, or even fire rate. For this particular game, weapons with higher damage output tend to have less fire rate, and that's the balancing factor. So like the guns that have less damage rate or damage strength, or you want to call it, they'll have a higher fire rate to try to even out that kind of that playing field. Like, that's how you make the game even, or you make it fair in a sense. You know, it's this for that pretty much. You know, you're trading off fire rate for damage or damage for fire rate. Like it's just, you know, or in some cases it's accuracy too. For the SCAR, it has a higher fire rate than the AK. It also has, I want to say, manageable recoil, like even like a little more manageable than the AK-47. But it's like its overall like damage. I think the AK does more damage than the SCAR, if I'm not mistaken. But I mean, where the SCAR makes up between the comparison of the two, the SCAR has the fire rate, tends to fire a little bit faster than the AK-47. So that's like the balancing thing, like going back to that. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was a little useful for you guys. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you guys haven't already. I know it's been a little slow as far as loadout videos that I happen to be putting out, because I've been actually focusing on Obsidian, and you will see a video coming out soon about the Obsidian grind and what you have to do and the easiest game modes to get it done. I'll drop that for you guys too. I already have 3 weapons Obsidian as of right now. This video's release, working on the 4th one. So anyway, I'll stop talking. You guys enjoy the rest of the video and the gameplay. Thanks for stopping by, and I will catch you on the next video. Fuck your snake shots. Got another one. Dude, this fucking Renetti is awesome, dude. This Renetti is... What's that? Is that a sniper? Yeah, that guy's right there. He's running. He's running. Fuck. Knocked one. He's full dead. I think the trick is to eliminate yourself. That's what I noticed these guys are doing. Oh, I got sniped. Got the guy in the road. Got a guy in the road. Oh my god, get fucking turned on. Holy shit.